Good morning everybody from a very wet Europa Park. Super excited to be here today. Absolutely love this place. I came here a couple of years ago and they hadn't finished building Voltron and I saw it being built. I was like, as soon as that is built, I must come back here. So that's going to be the main attraction. That's where I'm going to head to first. The park is open from 9 AM. It is just gone 8:30, so I've got plenty of time this morning, taking the atmosphere, head over to Voltron, make sure I can get in that queue nice and early and get on there pretty quickly. It's open until at least 6 PM, which is a great thing that they do here at Europa Park. So they say until at least, and then if it's really busy, then they'll extend the opening hours. So yesterday it was 9 until 6, and then they extended it until 8. So I'm expecting it to be another busy day today, and hopefully we'll be able to get until 8 o'clock and get some night rides as well. So yeah, let's head to Voltron first. So I've just had not one but 2 rides on Voltron in less than 40 minutes, which is pretty good going. I used the virtual queue system for my second go, which I'll talk to you a little bit later on. Don't think many people know about the virtual queue system here at Europa Park, so I'll definitely go through that with you later. However, what an absolutely awesome coaster. 7 inversions, over 3 minutes of ride time. I'm built for capacity. That station is constantly moving, they're constantly pumping trains out. What an absolutely incredible ride experience. I didn't come off it going, wow, that was amazing. I've come off it going, that was really good and incredible. I didn't have kind of the same feeling that I got off of Steel Vengeance and those night rides on Fury 325 that I had. So hopefully later on, I might get that. I didn't get that on the first go on Fury, so I'm hoping that later on, when this thing is flying around, that I might get that wow factor. I also didn't manage to do row 1, I've done row 2 and row 4. So yeah, row 4 was probably the better of the two. You got a little bit more air time, but yeah, overall inversions were great. It's glass smooth. Airtime is fantastic as well. Theming is great. The only little bit that I didn't like is kind of the sort of turntable section where you go in, you sort of sit there for a few seconds, turn around and then go again. I felt like there needed to be something on a screen or something to just kind of fill in that void, that gap. But overall, a brilliant coaster. And then on the first go that I had, the launch was a bit weird. So obviously going into a beyond vertical launch, which is the first of its kind, we kind of launched up and it was almost like it didn't have enough power to get there. So we then kicked into a booster launch. So we kind of hung for a second and then went again, which was a bit strange. It didn't get on the second go. Don't know whether that's just a back row feeling or not. So I guess I'll have to do it a little bit more and find out. But overall, an absolutely incredible experience. 10 out of 10 from me, definitely recommend. If you haven't been here and done this, you've got to come over and do this. It is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so next up we are going to do Blue Fire Mega Coaster, and I've got a virtual queue for this one, so if you ever get one of these, the main entrance is all the way down that path over there. However, the virtual queue entrance is just here, which is quite difficult to find. The first time I got one, I struggled to find it. I really like this coaster, however I did find it a little bit intense when I did it a couple of years ago, so let's see if I still find it intense or what it's like when I come off. So I've just come off of the 2009 Mack multi-launch coaster here at Europa Park, which is Blue Fire Mega Coaster. Overall, good ride. I said before I went on it that I thought it was a little bit intense when I did it a couple of years ago, and I stand by that. I still think that last Heartline roll is really intense and just gives me a little bit of a headache. I don't know why. I'm normally all right with inversions and sort of intensity, but there's just something about that, it just doesn't quite agree with me. So yeah, I'll probably do that a couple more times today. And you can hear Wodan going behind me as well. I'm going to go and do that next. But yeah, overall a decent ride for one of the first Mack multi-launches that they did. It does lose its pace a little bit towards the end, and I would say I prefer Icon at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, but overall a good fun coaster. So I've used the virtual line twice today here at Europa Park. I used it once for Voltron and once for Blue Fire. So just thought I'd quickly show you how it works. So you go onto the Europa Park app, which you can see here, and just scroll down to where it said virtual line. So first thing you need to do before you come is set it up. If you've not set it up, then you will miss out on this. So when you go onto virtual line, scroll down to where it says use virtual line, and then click on choose digital ticket, and it should have you all registered there. You can see my ticket there for today. Hit confirm selection, and you have to add all of the tickets in your party. So if there's 4 of you, you need 4 tickets in here, and then it will book you 4 slots rather than just the 1 slot. Once you've done that, then go back to the virtual line page. So you can see Blue Fire has just had a virtual seat allocated to it. So if you want to book that, you can click on there. Scroll down to where it says queue virtually. I'm not going to do this because I've already done it. I don't want to book one for Wodan. But if you click that, it then joins you in the queue, and then you need to go back between those times. So 11:10 to 11:20 will be when my virtual queue is. And you can just see that that's just gone. So throughout the day, they add more and more seats to this. So even so, you can see there's one there for Wodan, so I'm going to book that one. So click there. Cool. So I'm now in the virtual queue. So you can only have one at a time, but you can see, oh, it's actually jumped forward the time. So I've got one 11:30 till 11:40, just because there's one person in my party, so I get on these a lot quicker. However, I think it was advertised at about 1 o'clock. So you only have one of these per go. You can't sort of stack them or anything like that. and there you go, you can just see that it's just gone. So yeah, overall, definitely recommend using this. It's a really good system. It reduces your wait time to pretty much walk on any of these rides, and you can get it on Wodan, Blue Fire, Pirates in Batavia, Europa Voltron, the water coaster and Voltarium. So yeah, definitely recommend doing it. Okay, I'm going to go and give Wodan a go, I think, next. Next up is my favourite wooden coaster in the world at the moment, which is Wodan, opened back in 2012 here, and is built by GCI. So I'll see you when I come off. So I used the single rider line for Wodan, and that managed to reduce my wait time down to around about 12 or 13 minutes compared to the 30 minutes that it was advertised in the main queue. So it's definitely worth using single rider if you're here on your own or you don't mind being split up from your party. Overall, I really like Wodan. It's definitely in my top 10. It's an absolutely brilliant coaster. The airtime is fantastic. The speed that you can hear is brilliant as well. But yeah, and the pacing is good. It keeps us pacing all the way to the end. It's running 3 trains. Operations are fantastic. Trains are absolutely flying out. Honestly, Europa Park do such a good job with their operations. And the good news is that I've got a virtual ticket that you saw me book earlier on to go back and have another go on Wodan now. Just had another go on Blue Fire and then used my virtual queue for Wodan. Really good. Definitely recommend using the virtual queue system here. You don't have to pay for it. It's just fastest finger first. Really good thing to use. I waited around about 2 or 3 minutes in the virtual queue for Wodan compared to over 30 minutes if I'd been in the main queue. So yeah, definitely worth doing. As you can probably see, it's started to rain as well. So I'm going to do a bit of a dark ride session. I'm going to go and do Pirates in Batavia first, which is a really good dark ride, very similar to Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland if you've been to Disneyland. And then I've also booked another virtual queue for Voltarium. That's one of the quieter virtual queue ones, so you sort of can book that one a bit later in the day. All the main rides have sort of booked up now. But yeah, I'm going to do Voltarium in around about half an hour's time. That is a flying theatre from what I can remember. Yeah, I can't really remember doing that one. I definitely did it a few years ago, but it's sort of one that I've sort of forgotten about, so I'll let you know more about it when I come off.
Et caché dans un temple au cœur de la Chine. Un poignard magique, dangereux et au pouvoir extraordinaire. Demi-tour, moi, le grand Louis, tu ne prends pas sans être
Just come off of Pirates in Batavia here at Europa Park. A really good dark ride. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Very similar to Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland. I actually prefer that to Pirates of the Caribbean, if I'm being honest. I think Pirates is a good ride, but that's really good. Sort of set pieces and the scale of it is great. There is a little drop at the start, but you don't get wet on that at all. I'm walking over to Voltarium now. That's right at the very front of the park. A lot of people do that when they first come in. However, it has around about a 30 to 40 minute queue all day. So I recommend not doing that as soon as you get here. It opens slightly earlier than all the other attractions. So I recommend going and doing the coasters first and then heading back over there around lunchtime and doing that, or when it's raining like it is now. I did leave the virtual queue for Voltarium as I managed to get a virtual queue for Voltron in around about an hour and a half's time. So the plan is to go and do Voltarium, queue in that for about half an hour or so, then go and do Arthur using single rider, which is a fantastic coaster, and then head over and use the virtual queue that I've got for Voltron. I definitely recommend checking the app regularly. They do add more and more virtual queue slots onto the app throughout the day. So yeah, that's how I managed to get the Voltron one. It said it was full for the day and then one dropped on in an hour and a half's time. So yeah, let's go and do Voltarium and then probably head over to Arthur after that. So as I just mentioned, Voltarium is right by the front of the park. So this is the entrance. You can actually see the turnstiles just under the archways over there. And then if you sort of pan round to the right, you'll be able to see the entrance to Voltarium. If it's got single ride, I'm going to give that a go and I'll let you know how long I'll wait. We'll see. So yeah, just around here. Looks like it does have single rider. Here's Voltarium. So only on a 25-minute wait as well, so I'm glad I gave up the virtual queue. Yeah, it does have single rider, so we'll go and give that a go. As I say, I'm pretty sure this is a flying theatre, but I'll let you know when I come off. just come out of Voltron, which is a flying theatre. I was right. I remembered as soon as I went into the queue line, you've probably seen a clip of it where I put in the Eurowings plane. It's a flying theatre sponsored by Eurowings, so I'm not a massive fan of the sponsorship that they do here. Voltron's powered by Mack. I didn't even show you that because it's kind of out of the way, so it's not really impeding with the theme. But yeah, I'm not really a massive fan of those types of sponsorships. And then obviously you've got Eurowings with Voltron, but overall it's an okay flying theatre. Smells in there are pretty decent compared to the other ones that I've done. I do just think that once you've done one flying theatre, you have done them all. That's kind of the way that I look at it. Okay, yeah, the scenes or set pieces or the films are slightly different. However, the ride experience is pretty much the same. Luckily, I was on the middle, so it's kind of 3 tiers. I was in the middle tier on the left-hand car, so you kind of get a bit of a better view. If you're on the bottom or the top, you can always see the top or the bottom of the screen. So that kind of sort of takes away from it a little bit. But yeah, overall, okay. I wouldn't rush over and do it, and I wouldn't spend sort of 45 minutes queuing for it. But yeah, it was all right. I don't know if you saw as well, but as I kind of came around the corner to the single rider queue, there's only one person in the queue. So I literally walked straight on it. So considering I waited 0 minutes, pretty decent ride. My plan now is to try and find Arthur, and I think I've gone the wrong way. So I'm going to head back around this way and head over there. Arthur is a super unique coaster. It's the only one of these that I've done. I think there's 3 operating in the world at the minute, and there's one that's opening over in, I want to say Mexico at some point this year. Luxury Park it's called. I'm pretty sure that's in Mexico. But yeah, it's a really, really good coaster. I'm hoping I'll be able to take you on with the chest mount. I did try and do it on Voltron, but kind of got shouted at by some bloke in German. Didn't quite know what he was saying. He just told me to take it off. So I took it off. So I'm going to try again, and hopefully you'll be able to record a POV. If not, the park must have an official POV, so I'll put that in. But yeah, this is a really, really good coaster, and it's a good coaster for kids as well. I'm pretty sure from memory it's 3 across. So if it is 3 across, it means that I should be able to get on it pretty quickly with single rider, which is why I've not kind of made a massive effort to go and do that one straight away. So yeah, let's head to Arthur. I'll put in some off-ride footage of what I can see as well, and hopefully I'll be able to film a POV on the GoPro. So this is Arthur, opened here back in 2014. Super unique coaster. It's an inverted power coaster, as you can see there. Not really much off-ride footage you can get, it's just kind of this outdoor section here. Sometimes about a 35-minute wait. So yeah, I'm hoping there's single rider. I'm pretty sure on the app it says there is, so yeah, we will see. Yeah, that's quite cool as well. Got the Innovative Ride System Award winner for 2016. Arthur in the main queue, a 2-minute wait for Arthur using single rider. Absolutely brilliant that they've got so many single rider queues here. Really, really love using them. It's basically like having fast pass. With how good the operations are, they're constantly sending out trains. It means that a single rider queue that's got 4 or 5 people in it, you don't wait very long. As where if you've been to a park before and there's single rider queues and they've got 1 or 2 trains and there's 4 or 5 people in front of you, you think, oh, I shouldn't be waiting that long, and you end up waiting quite a while. So yeah, really, really good operations here at Europa Park. Overall, Arthur is a decent coaster, very, very innovative for its time, and it's sort of a really cool coaster as well. Hopefully the GoPro picked up some decent POV footage that I can put in for you, because the set pieces are awesome. I was on a train sort of on the far left, and there was a mum in the middle of 2 kids, and the 2 kids were really scared at some points, and that's kind of what it's there to do. It's a really, really good coaster. So yeah, I think the plan now is to go and do Voltron single rider queue, see how long we're waiting there. I'd really like to get front row. I did manage to film a POV on Arthur, like I just said, so I'm hoping I'll be able to film a POV on Voltron. I'm going to keep trying, and if I keep getting told off, I keep getting told off. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get front row on Voltron, and then go and do Silverstar and let you know what my thoughts are on Silverstar once I've done Silverstar. Thank you for Voltron for 30 minutes. I'll give single rider a go. See how long we wait in single rider. So wait just 5 minutes in the single rider queue for Voltron then. Pretty good, to be honest, pretty much straight on there. Did get the back row and I was able to film the POV this time, which was great. So I'm going to chuck that one in at some point in this video. I probably chucked it in at the start. However, if I manage to get a front row, then I'll replace it with a front row POV, which I'm hoping to try and get later on. As I say, I've got the virtual queue to go back and do in around about half an hour's time. So the plan is to now go and do Silverstar. So I said I'd let you know my thoughts on Silverstar once I kind of get over there. My thoughts on Silverstar is that it's an okay B&M hyper. I much prefer ones like Shambhala and some of the other ones that I've done in America, even stuff like Goliath at Six Flags over Georgia is better than Silverstar in my opinion. So yeah, we'll go and give it a go and I'll see if my opinion's changed on it, but I really wasn't that blown away by it last time. I was expecting kind of a Shambhala level coaster and it really, really wasn't. So yeah, let's go and see what this one is like. We've just come off of Silverstar and you exit into a Europa Park history museum, I guess, to celebrate 50 years of Europa Park. I mean, I'm not going to have a chance to read all of this, but I could easily spend at least half a day in here. Absolutely awesome. I love it when parks do things like this. A model of Eurosat Can coaster. Timeline of when all the rides opened. It's awesome. Some coaster wheels from Wodan, I think. Wodan, Silverstar and Bluefire. Wow. Obviously, if I didn't have just one day here, I'd be spending at least an hour and a half in here reading all of this. There's some super cool models around here as well. Got Atlantica Super Splash. One of the best wooden coasters in the world, Wodan. And then a little bit of Bluefire over there. The Bluefire train. And this looks a bit like Arthur. Yeah. Model of one of the scenes in Arthur. Oh wow. So this is from Pirates in Batavia. This is awesome. Must have taken so long to build that. We've got the Mack family over here. And then into a model, Voltron. Wow. Incredibly accurate as well. Some stats for you on there as well. I really hope that they keep this around because this is really cool. Much better. They just used to have some F1 Mercedes thing in here before, just a car of an F1. So yeah, I really hope that they keep this around because this is absolutely awesome. Wow. And I'm hoping to have a go on the new for 2025, which is like a Europa shooter type ride. Imagine it's similar to the chocolate mouse one in Fantasyland, if you've ever done that. Probably going to do that after I get something to eat. Hopefully you enjoyed that little tour of the museum that they've got here at Europa Park. It was really good. I love it when parks do things like that. It's so cool just to see the history of the park and to have a look at some of the unique models and things like that. It's just, again, something that they don't need to do, but they make an effort to do, and it really adds to the atmosphere. Overall, Silverstar was okay. As I've said again, similar to my thoughts of a couple of years ago. It's a decent sort of B&M hyper, but it's nothing special. If you compare it to the likes of Shambhala and things like that, it's miles away. And then you look at like Fury 325 now. Okay, I know Fury is a lot bigger than Silverstar, but Fury is way better. It's just not even in the same league. So my plan now is to go and get some lunch, and then I'm going to go and do Alpine Express, I want to call it, something like that, because that was one of the coasters I couldn't do 2 years ago because it was severely damaged in a fire, so they were rebuilding it 2 years ago. So that's one of the credits that I missed. And then if Atlantica Super Splash is open, then I may do that. But yeah, we'll see. It's not the warmest day in the world. I looked before and it looked like people weren't getting soaked. So yeah, because I missed that credit last year as well because it wasn't open. It closes in the start of November, I think. Yeah, and maybe I'll do that, maybe not. But yeah, definitely next is to get something to eat and then head to Alpine Express. One coaster I will definitely not be doing is Poseidon. I did it a couple of years ago, got pretty wet. You don't get as wet as it looks. It's more if you stand over there, you probably get absolutely soaked. But yeah, I won't be doing that this trip as I've already got the credit, but it is a very good Mack coaster. There's another boat coming out. Just had another go on Voltron. Didn't get the front row again. This is going to be the same as Carmen the other week, isn't it? Where I just keep getting anything but the front row. So I think I've done every row now, and I've had 5, maybe 6 goes on it. So surely I'll get a front row at some point, you'd like to think. I also grabbed something to eat, just grabbed something from it's like an Asian style food place, which is right next to Pirates in Batavia. So got something to eat from there. Gonna go and have a go on the Grand Prix Adventure, it's called, I think. Not Adventure, Adventure, because obviously you've got Europa Mouse, which is called Ed or Eddie, I think. So yeah, I'm going to go and give that a go. That's the new for this year, so we'll see what that's like. Hopefully it'll be pretty decent. I think it's some sort of shooting ride similar to the Chocolate Mouse one that I did at Fantasyland a couple of years ago. So yeah, let's go and give this one a go, and then I'll let you know if it's any good when I come off. I've just done Grand Prix Adventure here at Europa Park, and that was really weird. I don't quite understand it at all. So it's very similar to the Toy Story shooting ride at Disneyland in California. You've done that. And it's also very similar to the Chocolate Mouse ride at Fantasyland. If you've done that, it's pretty much the same ride system. I just don't understand the theme. Like, it's a racing ride, but you're shooting targets, and the targets don't really make any sense either. They're just kind of numbers on a screen. So yeah, it was a bit strange, that one. I mean, I've done it because it's new, but I probably won't do that ever again. It was a strange one. It was a fun ride, and the ride vehicle was good, and the targets were accurate. I just think that the theme was a little bit strange. Anyway, we're going to go on and do Euromir next, which is the Mack spinning coaster here. It's had about a 40-minute wait all day, so I've been trying to get a virtual queue line thing for it, and I managed to get one, so that expires in the next 5 minutes. So I'm going to head over there and do that one next. So Euromir opened here back in 1997. Now almost 30 years old. It looks really impressive off-ride. From memory, it wasn't a great on-ride, but we'll see. Just come off of Euromir here at Europa Park, and it's one of the strangest coasters I've ever been on. I thought that back sort of 2 years ago when I came, and I still think that today. The lift hill, it takes ages to get up the lift hill. It is a pretty cool lift hill, I will give them that, but unless you're a nerd like me, it just takes ages to get up there. Then you do a little bit at the top, and then you kind of go into a few drops, and that's about it really. It's just rough, and it hurts, and it's a bit compact, especially around the knees. Knees, you just keep banging into it. Yeah, it's just bizarre that. They probably need to improve on that, considering the likes of the attractions like Voltron and Blue Fire and Wodan. They can definitely do better than that now. So I don't think that'll be around for too much longer. Hopefully we'll see maybe a new prototype similar to the Stryker Coaster going in there, but we'll see. My plan now is to do the train, because I haven't done that. You know that me, I keep banging on about how good trains are, and you seem to get some really cool and unique views from the park that you wouldn't get just by walking around. So I'm going to do that unless the virtual queue that I booked for Voltron comes up sooner. It's booked in for 5:10. It's 4:30 at the minute, so I reckon if I jump on the train, probably won't be more than sort of 15-20 minutes to go around the whole park. So yeah, if the train arrives in the next 10 minutes, I'll jump on that. If not, I'm going to head over to Voltron and do that. No front row on Voltron, unfortunately, row 2 this time. Really would like a front row. I just think that it would be absolutely epic to get a front row on there. However, I am going to head to Wodan as I managed to get a virtual queue for Wodan while I was in the Voltron queue. Literally scanned my ticket and a Wodan one popped up straight away. So it's always worth having a look. It said there was no more tickets available for Wodan and Bluefire and Voltron pretty much from about 12, 1 o'clock, and you just keep looking and eventually they just keep popping up. I don't know why they keep popping up, but they do. So it's definitely worth using. I know I've banged on about it, but it's so important to use that here. A lot of the people I don't think know about it, but yeah, it's definitely worth doing. I think I've had 2 for Wodan, 3 or 4 for Voltron, 1 for Bluefire. I think I may have used a couple of other ones, so I know I keep banging on about it, but please, I really want you guys to use it. It is so good. Right, Wodan next. Wodan done again, just middle of the train. Another really good fun ride. I thoroughly enjoy that coaster. It's definitely one of the best running coasters in the world, that for me. I'm now going to head and do Atlantica Super Splash. Never done that before, new credit for me, so we'll see what it's like. I'm pretty sure it's got some sort of backwards section. So yeah, I'll go and have a go on there. I would take you on, but it's literally just going to be me huddled in the ball trying not to get wet. I'm not the biggest fan of kind of water rides and things like that, but hey, a cred to cred, and there's only an hour or so left of the park, so if I get absolutely soaked, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, I'll see you when I come off. Oh, the things I do for a coaster credit, hey, I didn't even look at that at all. Literally just had my head down, trying to keep myself dry. And actually, I could have enjoyed it because I didn't get wet at all. I got a little bit wet on my coat, but that'll brush off quite nicely. I'm so glad I wasn't sat in row 1. I was sat row 3, and somebody before me was trying to make me go with the group before then. And I would have been right on the edge, and you would have got soaked on the edge. So yeah, I was sat row 3, right in the middle, so that I didn't get wet at all. And luckily, I was there because the guys that were sat on row 1 got absolutely drenched. The guy came off and he had one of them ponchos on, and he was still soaked. So I'm so glad that I didn't do row 1. Yeah, definitely, just sit towards the back. It's not too bad towards the back. So the time is now 6:15, and you might be thinking, well, apparently the park was meant to shut at 6. Well, the Europa Park do this really good thing where if the park's busy, then they'll open a little bit later. So on the website, it was advertised that it'll be open from at least 9 until 6. Even if there was nobody here, they were still open from 9 until 6. However, with it being a little bit busier today, they're actually going to close at 7. Yesterday it was 8 o'clock, so it's busy with it being the weekend. And I just think things like that are really cool and a really good way to just improve guest satisfaction. I think back to kind of the parks in the UK, like Alton Towers, I would never, ever in a million years do that. It's like they are shutting at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, no matter what. It could be the busiest day in the world, and if it says it's going to close at 4, they'll shut at 4. And I think things like this is why this park gets voted as the best theme park in the world, or one of the best theme parks in the world, time after time, because they have a virtual queue system which you don't have to pay for and you can use. They open the rides and they're really reliable, and they close them depending on how busy the park is. They've got world-class hotels, world-class theming, they've got some great dark rides, they've got world-class attractions. I really see why it gets voted time and time again as the best place to come. I mean, I've been here twice, I had an amazing visit. I came for 2 days a couple of years ago, I've just come for 1 day this time. But it's absolutely fantastic, really good. I definitely recommend 3 days here if you want to do absolutely everything, because there's loads today that I haven't done because I've already done it before. So the plan is for the last sort of 45 minutes or so, probably just going to head to Voltron, maybe get one go on before I can then jump in the last ride queue. We'll see. So the plan is to try and do the last ride on Voltron. Definitely a night ride, so we'll see. I'll either go over there, just taking the atmosphere for a little bit, and then finish with a night ride on there, or I'll be able to get 2 rides in. So I'll let you know when I come off of Voltron. Alright, it's 5 to 7. Time to finish the day on one of the world's best coasters. ...25-minute wait. Finished my day here at Europa Park with a night ride on Voltron. What an absolutely incredible experience that was. Sat row 2 again, just missed out on row 1. I think I had 6, maybe 7 rides on Voltron today and missed out on the front row, unfortunately. Somebody against me at the minute with their Carnan at Hansa Park last week and then Voltron here again today. So, hey, gives me a reason to come back, doesn't it? But yeah, what an incredible experience that was. Sort of almost pitch black, but the lighting makes it so good. Yeah, a really good ride and one that I'll remember for quite a while. Not quite up there with the Fury night rides, but still a very good night ride. Overall, Europa Park has been brilliant today. I mean, there's so much that I haven't done and so much that I would like to do if I had another day here. But I've already done that stuff before I did it a few years ago and kind of wanted to focus on the main attractions for you guys today. If you are coming here, I'd definitely recommend at least 2, if not 3 days. It is such a huge park. I mean, there's Can-Can coaster that I didn't do. There was the Alpine coaster that I didn't get a chance to do. There's the bobsled coaster that I didn't get a chance to do. There's a few dark rides I couldn't do. Yeah, it's so big, this place. It doesn't look that big when you look at it kind of map-wise and size-wise, but there's so much packed in here. I definitely recommend the visit. I've had an absolutely fantastic day using those virtual queues. I've got on so much. I was thinking if I get 2 rides on Voltron today, I'll be happy. And I've had, what, 6 or 7? I've lost count, I've had that many. Yeah, an absolutely fantastic day. And do you know what? Europa Park, again and again, delivers really high guest satisfaction surveys and things like that. And you can see why. I definitely recommend coming here. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. It's been a really good one to film. I've really enjoyed myself today. So yeah, if you have, please make sure you leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. I'm not sure where I'm going to be next, but I will see you there. Thanks for watching.